Picture two investors on the exact same street. The first earns $150,000 a year. If you look at their lifestyle, it's flawless. A brand new luxury EV in the driveway, a living room furnished straight out of a designer catalog, and closets packed with premium labels. But if you look at their bank account, they check it with a knot in their stomach. They are exactly one missed client or one bad corporate quarter away from total financial ruin. The second investor earns $65,000. Their home is intentionally simple, a comfortable couch, a reliable car, and zero clutter. But their balance sheet? It's rock solid. They have 2 full years of living expenses sitting in a liquid cash reserve, and 25% of every paycheck is automatically routed into index funds before they ever see it. The person making less than half the income has 10 times the financial leverage. This isn't a video about cutting coupons or surviving on ramen. This is about a hidden economic law that most high earners discover entirely too late. Your net worth isn't determined by how much cash you bring in. It's determined by how much physical drag you put on that cash. Today, we are breaking down the core minimalist money rules we use at Wealth Wall Street to build unshakable financial freedom. These aren't rules of deprivation. They are rules of strategic leverage. Let's look at the math. Rule 1. The lifestyle tax principle. Every asset you buy comes with a lifetime lifestyle tax. Most people calculate the cost of an item based solely on the price tag at the register. Minimalists know that the purchase price is just the entry fee. The true cost of ownership includes storage, maintenance, mental energy, and opportunity cost. Think about it like this. If you buy a massive piece of home gym equipment for $2,000 and it sits in a 25 square foot corner of your apartment, you are paying rent on that equipment. In a major city, that real estate costs you hundreds of dollars a year just to act as a coat rack. Worse yet is the opportunity cost. If that same $2,000 was deployed into a compounding asset yielding a conservative 8% over the next decade, it would turn into over $4,300. You didn't just buy a piece of plastic and iron. You actively traded away thousands of dollars of your future financial freedom. When you realize that your possessions are quietly charging you a monthly subscription fee in space, time, and stress, your desire to impulse buy completely evaporates. Rule 2. The zero-base replacement test. Run the zero-base replacement test. Walk through your living space and look at your belongings. Ask yourself this brutal question. If this item vanished into thin air tonight, would I actively spend my own money to replace it tomorrow? Be honest with yourself. Would you rebuy that high-end blender gathering dust behind the cabinets? Would you repurchase the designer shoes you haven't worn in 12 months? For 80% of the clutter in our lives, the answer is a definitive no. These items don't exist in your life because you love them. They exist because of pure inertia. But holding on to items you wouldn't rebuy carries a negative return on investment. They consume your visual field, drag down your focus, and require maintenance. At Wealth Wall Street, we ruthlessly liquidate assets that fail this test. Sell what has market value, donate what doesn't, and clear the runway. The mental clarity that follows a physical liquidation is the ultimate catalyst for an investor's mindset. Rule 3. Ban the boredom upgrade. Never upgrade out of boredom. There is a catastrophic pattern engineered by modern marketing called planned obsolescence of the mind. It's the reason people with great salaries stay broke. They swap out a flawlessly operating smartphone just because the new one has a slightly different titanium finish. They trade in a perfectly reliable vehicle because the lease ended or their neighbor bought something shinier. These micro upgrades are marketed to you as progress, but in reality, they are pure wealth destruction. An asset remains functional until it mechanically fails to execute its primary purpose. Boredom is not a mechanical failure. A desire for novelty is not a broken engine. Every time you upgrade an item that works perfectly, you are resetting your compounding clock back to zero. Avoid the trap. Let your gear age gracefully while your portfolio grows aggressively. Rule 4. Engineer asymmetric friction. Make spending difficult and make saving automatic. Human psychology naturally takes the path of least resistance. If your banking app allows you to buy a product with a single biometric thumbprint, your environment is weaponized against your net worth. To break this cycle, you must build asymmetric friction. Unsave your credit card numbers from your browser. Force a mandatory 48-hour cooling-off period for any purchase over $100. Delete the shopping apps from your primary home screen. Conversely, make building wealth completely frictionless. Set up your ecosystem so that the absolute moment your paycheck hits your account, a major percentage is automatically drafted straight into your brokerage account before you ever have a chance to touch it, perceive it, or spend it. Willpower is a finite resource that runs out by 5 p.m. Automated systems, however, never sleep. Rule 5. Define the finish line. Define your finish line before your income scales. The ultimate trap on Wall Street is lifestyle creep. When a professional gets a 20% raise, their housing, dining, and luxury choices automatically adjust upward by 20%. Because they never defined what an adequate lifestyle looks like, they are running on a hedonic treadmill where the destination keeps moving. If you don't establish a baseline of what is enough early in your journey, you will spend your entire life working to fund an ever-expanding web of liabilities. Decide right now, what size home actually satisfies your needs? What level of vehicle gets you safely from point A to point B? Once you lock in those definitions, any future surplus of income doesn't go toward funding a flashier lifestyle. It goes directly toward purchasing your ultimate asset: time. True wealth isn't measured by the physical objects you accumulate. True wealth is measured entirely by optionality. It's the absolute freedom to walk away from a toxic career path, to take 6 months off to be with family, or to invest in a business venture without worrying about next month's rent. Physical clutter locks up your capital. Financial simplicity buys your liberty. If you're ready to stop letting your possessions own you, and you're ready to engineer a system that builds real automated wealth, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us here on the street. Your future self is tracking your progress. Don't let them down.